Hi, everybody. Just coming on. I can see there's Krista, our trainer tonight. Hi, Krista. And I can see Helen there. She's not there, but her name is there. I'm gonna just stop this recording a minute. Pause. Okay, so evening, everybody. It is, Sunday the 3rd. No, Monday. Gosh, you see, still thrown by this. Oh my gosh, Monday the 30th of July. And first of all, so we're coming up to month end. Everybody's having a great month, July. Just remember, there's still stuff out there. So it's buy one, get one free in the UK on certain health and 30 days, like the fiber boost, greens bands. So the wellness products are on that. Still £30 sign up as well in the UK, and as well I know that the US has still got that. And that's through to August, yeah, everybody. So both these offers are through to August as well. Super exciting. Jade's car presentation is on Sunday the 5th of August. It's going to be absolutely incredible. The really exciting thing is that we are the only nation in the UK that has promoted out a region this year. So there's Dina Honey, but she's in an international nation. So we are the only UK nation, and that is no mean feat, guys. So it just shows we are growing. And I'm so proud of you. So if you haven't already booked your ticket, it's only £10. Bring guests with you. It's a family occasion, okay? There's going to be loads of kids, but just if you've never been to car presentation before, especially one in your own team, please put out all the stops to be there. I know, Krista, you're in the US, so I'll let you off, but because one day it will be you. It's always the way, isn't it? So, we will all be there for you. So with
everyone is expected to come.
Oh yeah, we'll all fly over to see Krista.
You definitely are.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to introduce our first trainer of the night. This is a lady very dear to my heart. Krista is my longest serving, and it hasn't been painful, I know that, Krista, consultant in my team since, when did you join me, Krista?
2011.
2011, so that's 7 years. Can you believe that? And Krista and I have really been through, her business has gone from the UK. She then got posted her, I'll read a bit bio in her minute, but then, well, I'll start off, but I'll say more about Krista. So born and raised in Switzerland, so she's Swiss, German, married with 2 girls, beautiful girls as well, like absolutely stunning, gorgeous little girls, home taught. Krista started at Arbonne business while living in England, where I met her. And was it RAF? Was it the RAF base?
No, it was at Liz. She hosted. And right. It was kind of like Tammy's somewhat launch, or you decided afterwards that this was going to go towards Tammy.
Yeah, that's so true. So she started England. She grew to a district. So our challenge with Krista was her husband, Sean, was a naval officer, and then he was posted to Japan. And we had to ask, Krista, bless her heart, had to ask special permission from the commanding officer if she could still run an Arbonne business. She promoted to district manager in Japan and was there 2 years, and the whole thing, home office timing, can you imagine, shipping? But if you don't already know this in Arbonne, if you are military and wherever you go, whether it's British Army or forces, and the same with the American military, they see their naval bases or wherever you're based at as home territory. Okay, so you can still operate a business any way that's linked to the forces. And so, but as long as commanding officer, you have to go and do the legal journey, which we did, and Krista worked out there. And then she moved to North Carolina. So imagine that. She had to start all over again in a new country, new people, and has been a district manager and a solid, strong district manager, and she's working to areas. So with no further ado, my most beautiful, wonderful business partner and friend who's been with me through thick and thin, and I'm going to pass you over. And Chris is training on Facebook parties. Off you go, my lovely.
Thank you, Fiona, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So Facebook parties. I have, in the past, actually done a little bit of different parties. I think I started out with what I call 3 days of Arbonne. I just invited a whole bunch of people, and I asked them if they would just jump on so I could train. So I did 3 days of Arbonne event. And then from there, I did a couple of Facebook Live parties, which still kind of scares me, but I did it anyway. And then I went to do a Facebook event inside a group event. And then I have recently learned that you can also do a online party inside a VIP group. So I don't know where I got my initial training from when I did 3 days of Arbonne Facebook events, but in the past few months, I have hopped onto Danny Wells's training. She did allow a lot of us to join her Facebook event, so I learned a whole bunch there. And then I also was allowed to hop on to one of Carol's online trainings. And then most recently, actually about 2 or 3 months ago, I did listen to a training by Maria Spillane. And then she just did a training on Go for Gold 2 Saturdays, or not this past Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. And I listened to that again. So it's kind of like a mix of all of those, but mainly of Maria Spillane's, because she has really done a lot of research. She has done a lot of trial and errors, and she and her team have pretty much integrated that into a way of how to do, how to work this Arbonne business. But doing a Facebook event should not be a replacement of you doing one-on-ones, of you doing group events. It's just going to be like a supplementation. It's something that you can easily kind of squeeze into an evening when you have time. So you would start out, first off, either find a host. If you're not able to find a host, you can just jump on and become your own host. I have done that in the past myself, and then just invite the people to do a Facebook event for me that have joined me on my own, or have just done comments, or even reach out to your preferred clients since they know the products already. So yeah, do your own, be your own host, or find someone, and then go pick a date. And because you don't really have to prep, people don't really have to leave their house, they don't have to travel, and you don't have to clean your home. That can be within about 2 days if you do find a host. And then you want to decide if you want to do it in a VIP group, or if you want to create an event. I have not actually done it in a VIP group. I just heard that when Maria Spillane did the training. The first training I heard from her, that was a couple months or 3 months ago, she had done events only, and she actually was quite against doing it inside a group, but she has since changed her approach, and she's now doing it in special VIP groups. So you can choose what you want to do, but I would not recommend, if you already have a client group, I don't recommend that you just jump and do it in there unless you ask everyone for permission, because we don't recommend that you just dump your friends into this group. Also, if you have a host, don't just have your host invite their guests into the group. You would want to ask each individual person either via a Facebook message or a text. Ask them if they are interested to learn more about Arbonne, if it is okay if you add them to a group. So that's why I don't recommend you do these events inside your current VIP group if you do have one. And you might only have 2 or 3 people initially, but if you want to do it in the group, then you have new hosts and they're going to be added in. So it will grow, and the people that are inside the group already, they may decide to leave if they don't want to hear about it anymore. But what Maria did say is that a lot of times people only might get 1 or 2 products, and then because they are inside the group, they hear other people talk about specific products besides the, us consultants. Sometimes we kind of need to hear a testimonial from someone else that is not a consultant, just from a client. So you can definitely do that inside a group. So if you, I wouldn't do any scheduling more than 10 days ahead of time. If it is more than 10 days then I probably wouldn't start host coaching or posting in the event or the group before that 10-day mark. So once you have a host, you actually want to make it very easy for them. I have created the verbiage that they can send to their friends. That way they don't have to figure out what to say, and they simply just copy and paste what you have. So you could send, for example, "Hi Lee, I am having so much fun with these short and easy Facebook wellness events, and I love doing them. I don't know if I have mentioned this to you yet, but I only have a few dates left. Hostesses can earn free products and huge discounts. I would very much love to send you on a thank you shopping spree, or if you don't need them, you can donate them to a friend in need or your favorite charity. Your friends will love the fun and easy shopping from home in their pajamas. What do you think? You want to see what days I have left?" And this is kind of verbiage from Maria Spillane that I have just, you can obviously change them around a little bit. That's just as a guideline. Then if they say, "Yes, I would love to host a party," you're going to get back to them, thanking them, and give them 2 or 3 dates with times that you have available and ask them which one works best for them. Usually the best times to host a Facebook event are in the evenings between 8 to 9 p.m. That is usually when the kids are in bed, if you have little kids. And also, it's not necessarily a time where people go out, but they are still up and maybe just sitting down and having a glass of wine or watching a movie. So instead of doing that, they would just simply hop on to your event. Now, if you do have a host, I would send a pamper box out. If it is a local host and you have full-size products, put together a little pamper basket with products the host has not yet tried. So if it's a preferred client, just put in some products she or he has not tried yet. That just gives them exposure to different products. If it is a host that is not in your current location, you just put some products together in a little box or in a mail. It doesn't have to be much, just maybe depending on what their skin is, or if they're more interested in nutrition, put together a little nutrition packet or an RE9 with a little mascara, and then send that off to them. And then make sure you follow up with your host if you do it by mail to make sure that they have received it. And then also encourage them to use the products right away. That way, when it is the evening or weekend or whenever you have your event, they actually have used the product and they can give a testimony. Now, if you have scheduled it out about no more than 10 days, then you will send another text to or message to your host and you say, "Yay, I'm so excited for your party next week. I will shortly be setting up the event, but we will now have to think about who you want to invite. Your friends will appreciate the ask. So send this message to each to find out if they would like to join you, and keep sending it until you have at least 25 people who say yes, they want an invite." And then, so you would then attach the message. They can just copy and paste. "Hi," and then put in the name. "I'm hosting an Arbonne, either Get the Look, Healthy Living, or Pamper Party," whatever you want to call it, you choose. You can kind of like go back and forth with the host to see what they're most interested in. I'm doing a workshop on Facebook next week. I really, really love their products. There is a huge variety for babies to adults, also makeup, nutrition, and personal care products. Plus, it's going to be short and fun. I would love for you to come. Do you want an invite? And then only invite and advise your host that they only should invite them if they actually agree. So if you do not hear from them, don't just decide that, oh, they're not interested. You know, with today's social media is also very fast, and it happens to me as well. Once you have clicked on a message and you have actually seen it, and then you have more messages that come in, it just kind of moves down and you just forget about it. So make sure that you follow up with them maybe like a day or two later and just say, "Hey, I know you're super busy. I just wanted to check in and make sure that you saw my message that I'm hosting a Facebook event. I would love for you to join me." And then do that, you know, a couple more times depending on how far out you have that, how far out the party is. And then about 8 days prior, obviously, if you only have like 2 days, then it's all going to be much quicker. And but if you have about 10 days, then you're going to send out another message to your host. We are just having a few days to lead up to your party. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Scratch that. About 5 days prior to the event. I'm sorry, my notes are all over the place, it seems. So about 5 days prior to the event, you have now created the event. Also, you want to create an event inside your VIP group, so it kind of stands out as well. So hi, Lee, happy Sunday or happy Monday, whatever day it is. Okay, I have your Facebook event all set up, and I have added you as the host, so you yourself are set as going, and then you can add all your people who say yes, they want an invite. And then in parentheses say, thanks for only adding those who say yes. Once you add them, please set them all as going, because they already say yes, because many do not realize they need to click on going in order to get notified of the party. And because they already said yes, you can do that right away. And great post on inviting. I just posted the welcome. Be sure to comment on all the posts. So make sure that the more the host is involved, the more her friends will comment and get involved as well. I have it's probably been about 3 weeks ago, I asked a friend to host an Arbonne party, and she agreed. I kind of had to talk her into it a little bit, and she didn't do anything. She'd never posted, and so it ended up not being a good party at all. I went through with it anyways because it was good training for me. I just kind of posted it. I seemed like I was talking to myself, but it was good training as well. So make sure you do some host coaching. Like I said before, send the coach all the verbiage she needs to put out to her friends. That makes it easy and quick. So let's see, look up there, and then, okay, so after you have posted the welcome post, you want to reach out to your host again and make sure that she starts to interact on all of your posts. So you would say, hi Lee, I just posted the welcome post for your party. I will post once a day between now and our start time to get to know everyone. Go ahead and comment a picture of your family or a favorite hobby to get the ball rolling. When your friends comment, reply to each of their comments and make them feel special. The more interaction there is, the more fun you can have. Now, what I have done with my latest post that did not end up interacting, I actually got a picture of her from Facebook, and I posted that, and then I kind of introduced her, and I also asked, are you an Arbonne newbie, or are you with Arbonne currently? So you can kind of decide if you want to have the host. I guess the less the host has to do, the more you might be, more results you might get, but it really just depends. With my host, it was definitely better that I hosted that for her. About 2 days prior to the event, you will ask your hostess to make a list of about $1,000 worth in products, the ones she would like most likely, she would want to have the most. And obviously this all depends on if she did receive her pamper box or her sample basket, and how many products she has tried previously if she is a current client with you. Then the morning of the event, you will send out another message to the host, and you say, hi Lee, I am so excited to Arbonne party with you tonight. Please send this message to each guest through Messenger sometime today. Everyone is super busy these days, so they will appreciate the reminder. Once the party starts, be sure to comment on everything and remain engaged to make it fun for everyone. And you can also ask your host if your host is willing to hop on with you live, just for like a minute or two. Again, that just helps with their friends to engage a little bit more. So now you have to do, if the host does agree to hop on live, you're going to have to do that on your phone. I don't think there is a laptop or a desktop where you can actually screen share and go live, especially from a group or from an event. So you have to make sure you are ready to do this from your phone. And what I have done as well is, because I do a live and then I get off and I post. So I have my phone where I get on live, and then I have on my laptop, I have up the event already, and I have not posted yet, but I have like a whole, like maybe 5 or 6 different, all Facebook, and on each tab I have what I want to post ready to go. And when I get off Facebook Live, all I have to do is click post. And can I actually, am I able to screen share? Or let me see.
Yeah, you can screen share.
Oh, share screen. Okay, let me share screen with you. And then so this is the party, and I have deleted everyone out of this. I'm the only one who is currently in this event. This is Linda, my host, that I kind of talk into. So sorry, it's not moving down. So this was my first post where I kind of like welcomed everyone. Welcome. Can you all see that? Okay, good. So this is my first post, and I actually had pinned this post so everyone who came on could see this right away. And so I introduced Linda with a picture right there, and then I asked, are you an Arbonne newbie or a chunky? You always kind of want to ask a question. That way you help to interact more. If you just put stuff out there about yourself, then you might not get a lot of interaction. So it helps when you actually ask a question and keep it easy and light. And then the second post that I had, I actually introduced myself. Again, I just said, welcome to Linda's party. And I just kind of gave a brief bio about myself, how I started, where I came from. And then I did a little collage of my family. Should be coming up right there. And you can do a picture, or you can also do a little live, like that, you know, when you can walk around and introduce everyone. But my family is, I kind of keep my family off Facebook. So I decided, because this is a private event, I can post a picture of my girls especially. But you can also, if you're, you know, comfortable with having your family on Facebook, if you're comfortable with videos, you can also do a video and just walk around your house and have everyone say hi. That way they know who they're gonna see and interact with. And then I also did post a short 2-minute personal testimonial. I posted that one as well, where I just talk about where I was before Arbonne, what struggles I had with my skin. My girls had eczema and hives, and then also my struggle with my weight. And so I popped that on there as well. And then something light you want to post, or not something light, just kind of ask, again, that's another interaction, what they want to see most. You know, do they want to hear about anti-aging? Do they want to hear about weight loss and all? And again, make sure that host posts what she wants, what her favorites are. Obviously, I don't have anyone in here because my host did not really cooperate, but I used it anyways. So just, this is kind of like my go-to page now. And then next, and you want to kind of do, Maria Spillane recommends you do 1 post a day. It's up to you. You can do more than that, but I would definitely not do more than 3. That just kind of overwhelms people. So maybe between 1 and 3, and they don't just have to be Arbonne related. You can talk about how do you clean your makeup brushes, or how often you clean your makeup brushes, or you can post a link. There's a lot of articles about toxic chemicals in your everyday personal care products. There was one recently in the US where Claire's, the makeup company who kind of targets a lot of teenagers, they were in the news. And then there was another video that went through with the news. And I mean, you can post something like that. It's not Arbonne related, but it talks about the toxins. So you can do that. Like I did 26 signs of why you need to detox. Again, this is not Arbonne related. it just kind of brings maybe an issue they have to their attention. And oh, here is the article, Dangerous Chemicals in Cosmetics Spur Action by Lawmakers. Again, this is not Arbonne related, but it kind of makes them think about the products they have in their cabinets. So when they watch that, they are gonna go and maybe look at theirs. And you wanna keep everything about 5 to 10 minutes only or less. So your life should be only about 5 to 10 minutes. All the videos that you post in there should be less than 5 minutes, preferably, because it's evening already, everybody is busy, and the longer it is, the less likely you will actually have people be there with you throughout the whole time. So this is the Facebook Live that I did just the day of the party. I just kind of quickly hopped on and said, hey, I'm excited to meet you all. Right now, the longest video that I posted, and let me scroll back up here, is actually, I did the 30 days to healthy living and beyond by Dr. Panda Cook, which is about 9 minutes long. And I would not do anything longer than that. Okay, so let me go back to, sorry, I kind of deviated from there, but let me stop screen share, stop share. There we go. Okay, so once you are done with the party, sorry, there's going to be more details, but I know I only have about, or don't want to take too long. It's already 3:30 or 8:30 your time. But the key is in the follow-up once you're done, okay? And don't, also you want to do a few products that are maybe your favorites and also have the host post her favorites. It generally helps with sales if you talk about products that are a little bit less expensive. So if you post only about the RE9 sets or only about the nutrition, those are our most expensive products line, and they are absolutely amazing. But you might not, it might scare away people when they see what the price point is. So don't be afraid to just talk about maybe the baby line, or, you know, it's summer and there is a lot of bad sunscreens out there that cause chemical burns. So maybe just talk about our baby sunscreen, and you say that it's incredible sunscreen for babies, for children, and for adults in between. And then you can also mention our face sunscreen from the prep line, or if you want to just talk about our mascara or the primer, because a lot of times you might be more successful with people actually buying a product, even if it's just one. And then once they have that product, you have another reason to follow up. They are now if they have their foot set into Arbonne and kind of open the door, and then you can follow up with them and just say, you know, I hope you're loving your sunscreen, or I hope you're loving the mascara. And is there anything else that you're interested in learning more? Or you can even ask them to send samples, and then just kind of slowly add them or introduce them to more products. So follow up, and don't follow up in just a mass message and tag everyone, and also don't have the host do that and tag everyone. It's much more successful if you actually, if you again send a message to the host, and immediately after the party, you actually want to send a short video message to the host, just saying thank you so much for hosting, thank you so much for your support. And then once her party is closed, also send a handwritten thank you note in the mail to her. And it doesn't matter if you have gotten any orders or not, still be very thankful for your host for doing that. And then you can, so what I have done in the past, I have offered free products when clients or guests have commented on a post, and then that person, or I did a drawing with everyone who made a comment. I put their name in a hat, and then I had a drawing, and then they received, I sent out the product and they received this free product. What I learned though is that I did not really get an order from that. They got a free product. They enjoyed the free product, but I never actually got an order from them, or only very rarely did I get an order from them. And then I never heard from them again. So what I feel like is actually more, again, you would have to trial that yourself, but what you can do, rather than just giving away free products to those people who have commented, you could offer a free preferred client membership. Or you could also, because then if they do sign up as a preferred client, they most likely will place a 150 QV order. And yes, it is a bit of a, spend for you, but if you have a product, you probably paid for that product yourself, and then you have to also pay for postage after that. So if you just pay the PC sign-up fee, you actually then have a preferred client who will more likely reorder, because she then has also earned a free product and a free shipping reward towards her future order. If you only have a person who really only wants to maybe order 1 or 2 products, you can offer, hey, if you order tonight, I will cover shipping for you. Again, kind of do that with urgency, because the longer you wait after a party, that people just forget about a party, out of sight, out of mind. So offer those free shipping, free PC signups that night, or maybe by the next day, the latest. So I kind of like got away a little bit from free products, but that is up to you what you want to do. What Maria Spillane also does is she offers her host a free full-size product for every party booked from her own party. And that is quite of an incentive for the host, because if you offer the host a party, she will also be more in touch with her friends, and she will more likely recommend or advise her friends to host the party themselves. So that is a great offer as well. Let's see. I think that's kind of like it. I probably skipped some, but maybe, I don't know if you want to just open it up for some questions. Oh, I see. I just see now the questions. Krista, can you post the verbiage in the? Yep, I can do that. But I mean, if anyone has a question right now, and we have time, I don't know if you know how long your training is. Maybe.
Yeah, no. Let's open up a question. I was just going to say, so the verbiage that you've got, was that mainly from Maria Spillane's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we can just tweak it though, because I know the Americans, how they sort of what they say is slightly different to the British, but it's a really great foundation so we can use. So yeah, that'd be amazing. I know there's quite a few bits. There's maybe about 5 or 6. I kind of pink highlighted all the bits in my book that meant that you copy and paste. But once you've got that done, then that's done, isn't it? So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. Has anybody got any questions for Krista on Facebook parties? It's quite new for me.
I've got one question, if that's okay. Do you only ever have, sorry if this was covered because I missed the beginning of it, but do you only ever have one host, or do you do it with multiple hosts?
I haven't experimented with multiple hosts. I know other people have, and I think what is great when you have multiple hosts, you get more interaction. And the more interaction you have, the more people are, ooh, what's going on here? Let me go check. It's definitely, it's up to you if you have. I mean, I guess it's going to be a challenge to actually find multiple hosts several times, but if you do have multiple hosts, go for it. I think it's a great idea, because then you do have more interaction. Definitely. I haven't done that yet, but yeah, I think that's definitely a great idea.
Thank you.
Good question, and Andrea. What I'm thinking, from the back of what you just said, because so for me, like obviously Facebook parties are still quite relatively new, and most of us I think here are old school, as in home parties and live things. But if you had, I remember doing this, multiple hosts. So if you had 2 Arbonne consultants doing it together and being the hosts, sharing it and inviting people onto that, then I think you get a wider audience, and that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think that's probably also a great way to start out, because um, many times people are like observing you a little bit. They're kind of stalking you, right? They want to actually see what you do and how it works. So don't worry if you don't have a host right away. Just, be your own host or collaborate with another consultant and you both do a host and you invite a few friends. Just again, make sure that you don't just add your friends in, actually ask them. And you can be honest and you say, hey, look, I'm venturing out into this Facebook event and I need a lot of training. Would you just be willing to hop on and give me feedback, And I mean, you can tweak it whichever way you want.
So you could just, Andrew, sorry, where you are in Portugal, you could do a Facebook event with somebody in the UK. I mean, it wouldn't matter time. I mean, I know. Thank you very much, Krista. It's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, so it's not too bad. She normally has to get up at 5 in the morning to get coaching with me, so it's quite a decent hour. But you could do that.
I looked it up, actually, right? Somewhat.
The only thing I would say, going back to sharing it with other consultants and having a shared party, which I have actually done, it works really well. But what you just need to make sure is any offers that you, Krista, this is not necessarily for you because you know what you're doing, but for people that maybe haven't done them before, if you want to offer offers and you put those on your Facebook party, then it implies that it's offered to everybody. So you need to make sure that the other consultant or whoever you're sharing it with is happy to offer those offers as well. There's a lot of offers in that.
Yeah, I get that. And Krista, when you sat on Danny and Carol's Facebook Live parties, were they very similar or,
There was a lot more posting. A lot more posts. And I mean, I still, yes, a lot. There was like 5, 6, 7, 8 posts, I would say, per day. And then also the evening of the party, there wasn't really, you can do a live hop on, but there, again, on the evening, it was more of watch this video and then posts. And then watch this video and then posts. And then kind of towards wrapping it up, here is my website. Here is the virtual catalog, which I would post as well. So once you get off live, and you don't have to do live, you can also pre-record your video. Then you would post maybe 1 or 2 videos, like the nutrition video, or I mean, there's another one like Sarah Law has a 2-minute video, just kind of like a brief overview. You can post that. That is just kind of a bit of a teaser to let people know what they might be looking at. And if they want more information, you can always post in the comment section, hey, if you think this is of interest to you, I do have a longer version of this video. And then, but yeah, in those, the 2 groups, Danny did the one like Andrea mentioned, she actually had multiple hosts. And I think they came from Australia, they came from the US, they came from the UK, they were all mixed and matched together and a lot more posting in there. And then the one that Carol did, we actually shared a bit back. I got some very good posts from her, and then she actually got a couple because I invited her into one of mine and she got a couple posts from my Facebook party as well. Just more posts. And Maria just did kind of like come down to only doing about 1 post per day because we are so busy. And if you have too many posts, you get all the notifications pop up, Krista posted, and then you might just not go in because it's so many. So she said, according to her training, she said she has gotten it down to a very, obviously we kind of have to experience that ourselves. So yeah, you just have to do it, I guess, and figure out what works best for you. And then do either a little more or a little less posts as well.
Do you know what the sales were off the back of each of their parties?
No, I do not.
Did it
but
look like
Maria
they
sounds
selling?
quite successful, and her and her team have it down to a T as well. It sounds like they have at least 500 QV each party, and that's a good party, especially for an online. And doing that from home, on only like less than an hour. I mean, you have to do some prepping ahead of time, but once you have all the verbiage and you just copy and paste everything in, it's going to be quite quick.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely think that the people who are here on the Zoom tonight could potentially double up.
Mm-hmm.
And then do a two-way thing. I mean, I would definitely be up for that. And start, because I remember, I think it was 2 years ago when I thought, okay, how do we get people in the local area? Because we were doing local parties, but they weren't really, one person and inviting people. Maybe you get one person or no people, 4 people. It wasn't like we were looking for the numbers. So ended up doing half an hour Facebook Live just on a specific, let's say if I was doing 30 days or the gold bag. I don't know if you guys remember doing this, or the spa range. And it was just really about teaching and training more than anything, information. And then what happened at the weekend, so let's say we did that on a Monday or Tuesday, and then on the Saturday, we all got together and chose one person's house in the local area and did an event where people came and, it was a Wealth and Wellness, they tasted and tried. And then the 2 weeks later, we'd do another one. Let's say it was let's say it was a rescue range, and then that Saturday would have spas, like people would put feet in the bowls and and that worked really well because they were getting 2. If they were local, they were getting like a home party, but with the experience to match. But if they're far away, they were still getting the information that could give them the ability to understand what it was, the products were and what we do. That worked really well, grouping up. So one consultant would invite, but if it was a one person's house, you might only get one person from that consultant, but 2 from that consultant, none from that consultant, 3. So there was always more people. Does that make sense? It was more vibrant.
Yeah, I think what they just now say over here, at least, is to keep it within 10, if you can, 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Or no more than 15 minutes. And that is with any DA, with any like nutrition overview, because otherwise you're going to lose them.
So not a 30 minutes event then?
I mean, no, not really. Obviously during the event, like if we have the host party set from 8 to 9, it's kind of spread out over that hour, but the post in itself, like the Facebook Live that you're going to do, and then the posts and the videos after, keep them within, your Facebook Live, keep them 5 minutes or less. And then do a couple of posts where they can click on, and then do like the nutrition overview, like she said, keep them no more than 10, like 9 or 10 minutes. And then you can always message the individual people and ask them, hey, we covered the nutrition, we covered the baby range, what are you interested in? And then because I guess the less posts you have in these events, the more likely they are to scroll through. If you have 50 posts and you just hop on after the event, most people are going to scroll down maybe like 3 or 4 posts and then it's it. Especially when they see that there is 3 videos. The Facebook Live is 20 minutes and then the nutrition video is 15 minutes. Me personally, I listen to trainings even when they are like an hour and a half long, but I'm a consultant. But if I don't have anything to do with Arbonne and I am about to go to bed, or I just put my kids to bed and it's 9 p.m., I'm not going to listen into a 30-minute Facebook Live and then another 15 to 20 minute nutrition. That's why they're saying here now, keep it short and like 10 to 15 minutes max. And inside those events, like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, just very, very brief. That way, if they hop on late, they only scroll down about 5 posts and they're done. And then get in touch with them and find out what it is that they're interested in. And also involve your host and maybe have your host ask questions and ask their guests as well. Again, do host coaching and get back and like, hey, I know you have invited 10 friends. They all agreed that they want to join. I've only heard from 3. Here is a great verbiage you can send to each that has not yet commented, and then again send that, have your host send that to her friends to just get them engaged and let I want to learn more about skincare, I want to learn more about nutrition, and then you can send them more information that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing is you can also, because they can't talk to you over, Facebook, what is a great way to do is if you have a Zoom account, I mean, everyone can have a Zoom account for free, but put in there during the party, I'm like, hey, this is my Zoom account. It's a free conference call where we can actually see each other. So after this post, I'm going to be on Zoom. So if anyone has any questions, hop on there. Here is my link. And I will be there until, let's say, 10 p.m. or whatever time the party is. And then if they do have questions and they want to talk to you in person, they can hop on Zoom. That's another one that she actually mentioned. And, you know, I have my own Zoom account. I'm happy to let everyone borrow that. I know, Fiona, you have yours. And if you don't have it, you can have your free Zoom. I think is it 60 minutes for free? Or I can't remember anymore.
I think it was 45. It used to be 45 minutes for free.
Yeah, and I think that's plenty if you just hop on Zoom for an after party in case someone has a question or someone wants to place an order, and then they can give you payment right there and then. So that is a great option for them to actually talk with you. So you can put that in as well.
Okay, cool. Love that idea about the after party. So you're getting some nice comments about your bookshelf looking nice behind you, Krista.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Has anybody got anything else on the subject of Facebook? It is still a growing learning thing for all of us. You know, and I still say do live events as well, you know, that you can't beat that either, you know. And I think if you've been doing live events, the transition is you're going to be the same doing these Facebook events. It's just the fact that it's not in front of you. So, you know, you're not going to pester. You're always going to be polite and ask permission. Can I join you in a PC group, you know, afterwards? You know, can I, you know, so just asking and you know, and being kind of open about it, I think as well is important. I'll be honest, if I do these things, I'm like, I'm brand new at this, but I like, did you all manage to listen to MVP Hillary Corcoran's Go for the Golden Saturday, just gone with Donna? Yeah. And she talks about we're all cracked, what are we? We're all cracked pots. And yeah, and once you realize that's a good thing, then you can be you and be truthful. And she said she talks about losing a nation and then wearing this red jacket, which is about admitting, being vulnerable and admitting, you know, mistakes and flaws, and people then, you know, then accept you for who you are. And which is wonderful because that's who we are. We don't need to be anything else. And that's the whole point about Arbonne. We get to be us in a very safe environment. So good. Nothing else, nobody?
Okay, I'll have a little comment if I may, please. I kind of didn't catch everything, Krista, but it was really good. I'll definitely watch it from the beginning. But one massive experience I did learn when we did one with Claire and Andrea and sorry, brain dead. I invited 170 people to a party online, but I didn't manage to message privately one person because I just time-wise didn't. Not one person turned up. So the massive power of personally messaging, definitely recommend. Actually message everyone who you want to invite. Don't just tick on everybody who you know, because that was quite powerful. From 170 people, not one person turned up.
Wow.
Just so I say it.
Yeah, thank you, my dear. It's a bit like posting leaflets, isn't it? If you get a leaflet come through the door and you don't really know that person, or maybe you do, but you've not heard from them in a while, or maybe you're just busy and you're not really, it's not the forefront of your mind, you're not probably going to pick up the leaflet and read through it or respond to it, you know. So yeah, the power of personal texting is huge. Just like it would be, you know, out and about, wouldn't it? If you went to a network event and gave everybody business cards and wondered why nobody contacted you. Has anyone had ever, like, anyone knock on the front door and say, I'd like to join your team? No.
That would be a miracle. Amazing. Yeah,
Right.
and also think about how it makes you feel when you're, all of a sudden you get a notification that you have been added to this, like, group that, you know, it's just like, I just got a friend request from someone that I actually met about 2 years ago, and she does Choose Plus. And so I accepted her friend request and I said, hey, it's great to catch up with you. And great to be connected. Thanks for your friend request. And then literally 2 days later, and she knows I do Arbonne because we talked about it. And 2 days later, I get an invitation to join her Zoom conference call with these amazing doctors and leaders and everything. I'm like, hello? You know, he said the only reason for you to so instead of just asking me saying, hey, I know you do Arbonne, but I thought I know this is Choose Plus, but I thought this is going to be some great information for you to learn. If you want to join, she just popped me right in. And that is just a complete turn off. So just think about how it makes you feel if you're just being added into a group without asking or nothing. So don't ever do that. Because like Andrea, it's not going to do any good at all. Are you smoking?
No, I'm lighting my candle. That's what you said, but then my light went out. That's what you said. Did you say a G-Spot conference?
Choose Plus.
What?
Choose Plus.
Oh, Choose Plus. I thought you said G-Spot. I was like, I want to go on that conference and find out some more great orgasms or something.
No.
Anthony said he's coming.
Oh dear, I love it. The rest of the training tonight was just a fireside chat, so it's exactly that. I've been really the last kind of like 2-3 Zoom calls have been really focusing on I've broken up, so I've had we did Instagram from Amy, and then Facebook, and like really very information packed training. So thank you, Krista, that was amazing, because you were very thorough and you gave us great bullet points and you took us through it. And if we can get the verbiage, it was amazing, then that is going to help all of us. So really appreciate that. And thank you for sharing your screen shares with us and showing us, because you are doing the do. That's why I asked you, because I know that you've been doing the Facebook events, and your honesty saying that you did one and you just did it for yourself, but you did it anyway, right? Don't we love the truth? Rita Davenport, she said nobody came and she put cushions up, the sojourners, and she did it anyway because she thought one day I'm going to be, and she was, right. And then I've also sort of mixed up with back to the usual personal development. So it is summer and we've got 5 minutes. I feel like we tend to be a little bit in a funk maybe, or out of our groove. I think that's all, because I think what happens is there's no school run and people are going on holiday at different times. But I also think this is the most exciting time of the year to meet new people. And people are out and about and people are the happiest, I don't know about you guys, but my sponsor met me in summer, at the pool in North Carolina. I think a lot of people, and she had said to me that she'd actually said to her sponsor, oh, what's the point? Everyone's gone, it's quiet in the summer. And they said, you just don't know. I think that's the whole point. You just don't know who you're going to meet. So taking Arbonne with you in conversations and on Facebook is great. Has anybody got anything they want to ask or share with the group? Anything that they want to, they're confused about offers or through Arbonne, anything like that? AIT, AAC? No, so we all know what we're doing. Oh, a potential customer last night. Nice one, and that's in Portugal. Nice. Thank you, Andrea. Follow up with that. I met somebody actually, I put him in the group, the guy called Roger, wish we were in Portugal. And I met him at the Cozy Club, and so following up with him, just, out and about, really. Yeah. So there is no 8 p.m. team Zoom call next Sunday, next Monday, because there is no live nation training next Monday. You're in Czech, yeah. Well, you know what? It's going to be on Zoom, and it's going to be run by Nikki and Carol, I think it is, and they're going to be running the nation training. So that's going to start at what time? I think it's at 7. Is it? I know the post has been created on Zoom. We've never done one on Zoom before. We've always done live. So all the recognition, the training is going to be really great. All the slides. So yes, so that's next Monday. And the reason why we're doing it is summer holidays, and also all the VPs are away at VP retreat as well. So Yeah, so we thought it'd be good to try something new. So hopefully you guys can all make the Zoom. There's obviously there's no 8 p.m. and no 9 p.m. It's just amalgamation on the nation training as such. So are we all going to Jade's car presentation? If you're in the country. Andrea's not, Angela's not. Rebecca, are you coming? No. Maritza's coming. Krista, you're not. Okay, and I am. So it's going to be great, though. So there'll be great photos for you to share with lots of people. And we'll see if we can do Facebook Live for our team as well, if people want to just join in and say congratulations to Jade and her wonderful team as well. So that's us. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Krista. Amazing training. Go get that Facebook in and let us share with us experiences. If you can post all the verbiage, and I'll see you guys all on the Zoom now. Laura Leggett. Bye. Mwah.